Hey guys, this is Njoki,
Judith.
and welcome to our 6th episode. This is the CATchy duo, and we're so happy that you're joining us, man. Yeah, so how are you?
I'm good. It's been a good week. Let me just say I'm good. Nothing exciting has happened. Nothing not welcoming has happened. So it's all good on my side. You?
I'm just tired, honestly. I haven't had proper rest in a while, and I can even see even my eyes just look tired.
You're not sleeping or just in general, just tired in general?
All the above.
Okay. So new episode, new week. Is it new week, new episode? So what are we doing this week, or what are we discussing this week?
Oh yeah. Last week when we were talking about self-care and we were talking about relationships, there's a part where we mentioned about, if you have male friends, would you cut them off for your boyfriend or your partner? So I was thinking, let's do boundaries today. What boundaries do you have in your relationships with your family, with your friends? What input do they have in your relationship?
Okay. So I guess we have to expand more on what boundaries entail. And I think these are just things, boundaries, activities or things that someone is not supposed to do. I think, am I saying it correctly or am I destroying it? But
it's part of it. It's also basically, with the most basic understanding of boundaries, is that those are just lines you're not supposed to cross.
Oh, okay. So personally, I guess we can categorize them with relationships having been family, and then friends, and then we go to intimate relationships, right? So for me, in terms of family boundaries, some of the boundaries, I think, because I've been raised with 3 siblings, and it's hectic considering I'm the firstborn. So sometimes the things that I wouldn't like for them to touch, which is a big issue. But I guess once I communicate now the boundary to them, maybe probably please don't touch my essentials like lotions and petroleum jelly. These are very important. I think once you communicate the boundary to them, or maybe that specific thing that you wouldn't like for them to do or touch or come across, you can have a good relationship. Because sometimes, people crossing boundaries means that and sometimes it might bring conflicts within families, in terms of families. So that's one of my boundaries. Please do not touch my essentials, especially my lotions, my petroleum jellies. Those are a no go zone. You?
Boundaries with family. I've tried to explain. They don't respect my boundaries because I have the same as you. I have 3 siblings, and all of them are boys. I'm the only girl, and I'm the firstborn. So everyone always goes into my room for no reason. Every single time, I'm like, you guys stop going into my room, stop taking my stuff. But the minute I'm out of the house, I come back, I just see my stuff all over the place. Like, they don't really respect my physical boundaries, that is. But the thing I like most about them, friendships, there's a respect of emotional boundaries and mental boundaries from that point, because it's more of if you're in a relationship, no one wants to know if you're in a relationship. We'll make fun. We'll do a little joke here and there, but no one really interferes in that kind of stuff. No one really, it's not that they don't care, it's that, they're just letting you figure it out on your own, which is great. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So best family-wise boundaries, just that's mostly the general part. People just entering into your business.
Do you know how many times in a day, not even in a week, in a day, that I have to fix my room? At this point, after I moved out, you should see my room. Honestly, it just looks exactly the way I left it. Then you take what you want, and then I complained about it. Nikachoka, nikachana now. Or just what's that?
It's just enough. Okay. How about friendship wise? Boundaries you've established with your friends?
I've never actually had to enforce boundaries with anyone. No. Okay, I've had to enforce boundaries with new people in my life, but the people I've known for a year or something, I've never had to enforce boundaries because it's like we're all on the same page. We don't interfere in each other's relationships. We don't what's it called? Like the boundaries that are set are more like emotional, because I don't, unless when they come to my place, they don't do the same thing. But also Nilea, we have such, I don't even know, there's so much respect in my friendships that I don't even know if we've actually had to talk about the boundaries and what to expect. We just respect each other's decisions. We have candid conversations. I can tell you if you're doing something wrong or something stupid, and you can say the same thing to me. So that's the best thing. However, for new people, especially, I don't know why, but it's mostly guys, mostly men, you have to create boundaries. Like, man, I don't want to talk about anything sexual with you. I don't want to talk about relationships. I don't want to, you have to create those boundaries, because there's some people that come in, like, I guess you're trying to date someone, but there's a way, there's a flow to it. You just don't come from nowhere and start demanding to see me every day, to come to my house. Why are you coming to my house? So, like, those are the boundaries I put in. Like, if we have to meet, we meet the outside. So yeah, I think it moves from being friends now to the relationship part, to the dating and the boyfriend stuff. That's where I think most of the boundaries are.
True. Because would you appreciate a friend who might probably give a comment about your partner, probably say that that guy is away, nona anaka fishy, or will you just tell them, let me just deal with the situation as it is myself before you start now talking about the person I'm with at this point?
It's more of, like, when that conversation actually happens, I'm indirectly asking for opinions, because if I ask you, so what do you think about this guy? What do you think about him? I don't expect you to sugarcoat it for me and tell me, oh my God, he's so amazing. And then when we break up, you start telling me, I knew from the get-go, I saw that guy, I saw him for what he was, I knew he was up or something like that. I prefer it from that point going forward, to just know and to be aware of how you feel. But I also think there's a boundary there also, about how much you talk to your friend's partner or your partner's friend. Yeah. So I think there's also a boundary, and okay, you can't limit what people talk about, but I think there should be like there's some things that you don't really discuss with your friend's partner or your partner's friend. Anyway, it goes both ways.
Both ways, because actually I had a question. Is it a must I be friends with my partner's friends? Is it a must? Can't we just live separate lives? Or it's not a must, right?
It's not. It's as long as you get along, that's like the most important part, because sometimes you'll have to hang out with him and his friends. So if you guys don't really get along, it will make things awkward. So it will be like putting you in a position where he's hanging out with you and then hanging out with them. And then now, you're always competing for attention. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Because again, you might find, will this be a boundary where you find your partner is hanging out with your friends without you, or the other way around? Will you maybe that will be part of a boundary when it comes to friends and romantic relationships of the sort?
It depends mostly. I think it depends. Because if we've dated, like if I have a partner for 2 years, that means you and him would have met and you guys would have at least gotten along. So once in a while, you guys would hang out on your own, not every day. I think it's mostly, it becomes an issue when one, the relationship is new, and two, if your friends are fake friends.
Just that you'll have insecurities with them hanging out.
Yeah, or your boyfriend is an idiot. So I mean,
womanizer.
Exactly. Maybe imagine as a partner, I trust my friend, but I don't trust my boyfriend. That says a lot too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why are you even together? You should just dump that person and live your life.
I don't know why people encourage that kind of behavior. But anyway, would you be comfortable with me hanging out with your partner without you?
Yes, I will, because I know you, I trust you, and by then I'll trust my partner. So I think that's okay for me. Because again, it depends with the people. Because if the person is not a loyal person, then there's no need. Especially, and actually people say partners come and go, but friends stick happen. So I think if you trust your friends, you'll trust that whenever they hang out, it's going to be a good thing. But if you don't trust them, I guess then it's a point of concern to both of you on the relationship you two have. So yes, that's all.
Okay. So would you be like, let's say for example now, because they're even hanging out together, which means we're also really having conversations and any texting and all that. Are you comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable with that as long as I am not the conversation topic, as in I'm not the topic of conversation. If you're just keeping it to a relationship that you guys have, probably maybe you're talking about music or movies, or maybe a chill out spot that you had or have, that's okay. But I should not be part of the conversation. Like maybe talk about me, like maybe some traits that I have or things that I do or things that I don't do. That's a no. Because if you're concerned about me, you as my partner or you as my friend, you'll come and ask me, but not go around and talk to my friends and ask them who I am or the decisions I make, why I make them. At that point, no. But if it's just a conversation based on what you guys are interested in, that's okay. But not me. You might be interested in me, but me is a no in that conversation. Yeah.
I feel like we'd come up a few times, obviously.
But it's quite deep down. Naanza kuuliza Judith anaitwaje, anaishi wapi, ameenda wapi, anafanya hapana, no. Enough is enough.
That's
maybe
yeah.
Probably it's be like are you hanging out with maybe Judith at this particular day because nataka nimfanyie something else, something of the sort. That's okay. But again, you as my friend, if my partner asks you that, kwanza niulize, labda nilimdanganya. Niko busy, because siko anataka kufanya maybe that particular thing. So like ask me first, and then now takwambia venye uta reply. Get it? We are united in this front.
Very toxic. Very toxic.
No.
Flag.
Hapana, that day labda nilikuwa busy. Oh, probably I'm planning a surprise. And then when umwambie, ati actually amesema anafika to Rivers. So hizo labda ni surprise nilikuwa napanga ya to Rivers. And then you spoil it for me, I know. First ask me, and then I inform you what you're going to say and probably add more details to it. You know, something of the sort.
Okay, so what boundaries would you enforce with your partner?
My partner, that's one. One is at least inform me in advance that you're hanging out with my friends. That will be okay. At least ndajua akona huyu na yule. That's fine. Something else might be boundaries with my partner. I guess financial wise, because you can't just come and borrow money all of a sudden. At least niambi in advance, nijitayarishe if I will lend you the money, and if not, tujipange tu. I guess those are majorly the most boundaries I can come across. Yeah, too.
Are there different boundaries between like when you start dating and as you continue dating, are the boundaries different? Do they change?
Yes, I believe they do, because you see, when it comes to finances, you can't just ask anyone for money, especially someone you're dating. You're like, babe, nisaidie 50 bob, babe, nisaidie 5K. That's too much, because you don't know the person. Ama like semaje, you haven't as in you're not used, as in hujajua character yo mtu vizuri. So by the time you're dating, probably 6 months hivi, maybe tunaweza kuja kwanza kuitishana pesa or something of the sort, because I believe 6 months is the to mark. It's that mark unajua, umse, we are kind of serious about this. Kama hiyo. And again, there's a difference between dating and being in a relationship, because dating, you're getting to know each other, and now being in a relationship, you've decided to now commit to each other. So I believe there's differences in the two.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I feel like boundaries should be from the very beginning. I was holding a pencil. I feel like it starts from like the moment you give somebody your phone number. I think that's where the boundaries begin. Because then for most times, for most people I've met, they don't want to be friends. They want to go straight into the whole dating thing, which doesn't work for me. Honestly, it does not work for me. So they always want to go into. Sorry?
I was just saying, it's actually not supposed to go that way. It's not the right way to start a relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah, unless you guys only want to hook up, then that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. So like for me it would be number one in a kuana ile number one, I don't want you at my house. I feel like that's an invasion of my space, and I'm not ready to share that space with you yet.
Yeah.
Also my finances, as you said, man, pesa yangu ni yangu, yako ni yako, kila mtu ajieke. That's fine. Also on intimacy, there's people who like really holding hands, putting their hands over your shoulders and all that. I don't like that, unless now we're very, very comfortable together. But in the very, very beginning, I can't.
Okay.
Those are like my boundaries. As we progress, they get they loosen a bit, but they also change, because now as we progress, things are changing. That means we're more committed to each other. Even if we don't get married, we're aiming for a long-term relationship. So my boundaries are effective as they go, So as they become even more secure, it becomes now, because it's a me and you thing, it's an us thing now. It's not just me and you, it's us now. You know, if I say you, we go out in a club and you're dancing with some chick all over you, I mean, do you have any respect for me? And if we are talking in yeah, if we are talking and you let and you let your friends, you know, there's a kind of disrespect that comes with when we hang out with your friends, how you behave, and all that also is an issue. Also, like, if you know, maybe there's a chick I see, it goes the same way when we were talking about how if my boyfriend was uncomfortable with my male friends, you know, how I would react to it. So what boundaries are you also setting for your friends, for your female friends? You know, there's those chicks that like to just be the center of attention for everyone. And since I can't do anything, I expect you to do something. And also now when it comes to how much your friends and family are involved in our relationship as well, and how mine are involved in the same way, because there's also boundaries in that, because there's people who like to set the pace for you. So your friends tell you where we should go, your friends tell you what, you know, at this point in your relationship, you guys should be doing this, should be doing that. There's that involvement in the relationship from people on the outside is also like a no for me. Yeah.
Get it. Hii song imeingia kwa akili. I wanted to get your opinion. In relation to Catch My Feelings by Ndela. I think you remember that song? Catch My Feelings.
Yeah.
So I think the situation was her friend started dating her ex. That's right.
Yeah.
Will that have been a topic of discussion with the friends, or will that have been a discussion with the ex now when they were dating, that probably, please don't date any of my exes, or please don't date any of my friends after we break up? Or was it just petty for her to just assume since we broke up, everyone has to just cut off relationship with this person? Something of the sort. What do you think?
I mean, it's like a rule. It's like you're not supposed to date your friends' exes. You're not supposed to date your friends' crushes as well. Unless your friend is okay with it. But and then also there's a period of time you should wait if you're actually going to do something like that. So I think Badoni, when it's in the beginning, it's how they communicate with each other, what they talk about, how much they hang out, and all that stuff. Because it leads to that. That's where the interest starts. Maybe you became an ex for this particular reason. So you guys broke up so that they can be together or something like that. You never know. But I think it's also dependent. Depend, because inaweza kuwa we na yeye you're not a good fit, but yeye na yeye they're actually a better fit. So I don't know.
But I think
it's a tricky situation.
Yes, it is. It's a very tricky situation. But I think it's just given. Please do not date any of my exes. Do not hang out with any of my exes. Just cut off. I believe, because personally, I would cut off any relations with that person if my friend, as in Ali, break up now that guy, or if my lady friend broke up with that guy, or my guy friend broke up with that chile, as in, it's good to just cut off, because now that's the past in them. Because I think we usually say, partners come and go, but friends stick. So it's good, just forget about them or that person, then now stick over here with your friends. If you have a good relationship, that's major in that topic.
But the friends, like, they broke up amicably, so like they still friends after that.
Still okay, probably. If they're okay with that, well and good. If they are not, then you just cut off and just forget about the person. It's the past. The past be the past.
That's true.
So anyway, hiyo wimbo ilikuwa nani hit tu. Anyway, it was a good one. It was a good song. Anyway,
Thank you. I was looking for that song. I remember I sang it in Coke Studio, and then it was remixed by Nani Pato Ranking and Vanessa Mdee. Is it Mdee or Mdee? That one.
English is English. Name is name.
Yeah.
If you butchered it, sorry.
I liked the remix.
It was nice.
I know.
Anyway, so I believe now to may conclude on boundaries, we have to communicate boundaries to people in advance. Usikuja kusema you have fake friends, or maybe your friend is not nice, considering if you didn't as in communicate the boundary to that person, maybe it's not their fault, it's you who did not communicate the issue to them, I believe, in advance.
That's true. As I have been saying from episode one, communicate, man. Learn how to speak, learn how to tell people if there's something wrong. And also, it doesn't even need to be something wrong if it's also something you appreciate from your partner. It makes them feel good, and it shows them they're on the right path. So it's also, I think, also like a healthy boundary would be to not focus so much on the negative that happens in your relationship, but also on the positive.
Okay, yeah, get it.
Yeah, personal boundaries, but then there's also boundaries to yourself. So remember that.
Please expand on that. I had no idea on personal boundaries.
Yeah, but there's more. It's more of like how it's like we were talking about self-care last time. So how much work are you willing to put in to yourself? Like, you get tired very quickly. So why would you take on a lot of work if you know? So you create that boundary. You say you can only work for this amount of time and you can only do this. Okay. If you know you're what is it called? If you know you are a very pessimistic person and you're trying to be more positive, then set boundaries on how much negativity you allow in your own space. It's more of like it's self-care by creating boundaries for yourself, learning how to say no to people, learning how to put yourself first, learning, what information to give people and what you should keep for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, just personal boundaries.
Okay. I've learned something. I did not know there could be stuff like personal boundaries. It's a first for me.
Follow me for more.
At Rosaya_Kimaki, whether you have to tell us, why do you keep on changing your handle each and every? Hata mimi nakonfuzika saa zingine.
I haven't changed it that many times actually. I've only changed it like this. So you're making a big deal out of nothing, but it's also.
We had Njoki_Kimwaki, we had official Rosaya, now we have look, even I'm confused. We have Rosaya_Kimwaki. Very soon we have what?
It will go back to something else. Anyway, it's because I'm trying to find my artist's name. All of my actual names are taken, so I have to find something else.
But that's fine. Anyway, you will find yourself. You will find yourself.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Anyway, so I guess we've expanded on boundaries and how they affect us in life, in our relationships, both intimate-wise, friendship-wise, family-wise, because they're different. But do you think kids should set boundaries with their parents?
Definitely. Parents tend to get very involved in their kids' lives. Too much involvement sometimes.
See, you're their baby.
But I think no, I also think that they should teach, like you should you should start teaching your kid about, their own personal boundaries as well. So that's onto you to show them that, you don't really need to say yes to everything. Because I remember there was a conversation about, asking your kid if you can hug them. Yeah, it gives them the freedom to say yes or no, and it shows them that it's okay sometimes to say no to people when you don't feel like hugging people. It's also okay to be in your own space sometimes without, having to cater to everyone else's needs. Yeah, I think you should be able to just find those small things of helping them create personal boundaries for themselves. Like they don't really have to do things just because it makes mommy or fine or daddy smile or whatever.
Okay. I get
it. In respect to, there's differences between you teaching your child something and something that would actually benefit them, and you taking away it's not a freedom per se, but it's more of a voice, their own voice, to say no, to create these boundaries for themselves. I think people are very hard on parents for that, but everyone tries their best.
I get it. Yeah. It starts foundation how you are taught as a kid all the way till you grow up and find yourself a partner, and now having your own kids and then teaching them the values you are taught when you were a kid.
Yeah. That's just basically that.
Okay. That's okay. Because, again, we have the notion of you grow up respecting your parents. So whatever they tell you, whatever you do has to be in relation to what you are taught. And again, we are not all raised in the same manner. Some people are raised with some freedom. Others are raised probably cocoon, in a cocoon where they're protected, just like everything. Their parents usually do everything for them, provide for them, money, shelter, food, everything. So I think also you have to learn the person's upbringing and not condemn them for what they know, because that's what they were taught to know.
That's true. Yeah. So guys, that was our episode for today. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you for everyone who watches our videos and listens to our podcast. We're very, very grateful. And we also hope you guys can leave us comments about, what are your boundaries, in relationships, with your family, with your friends, with yourself, and with your partners. That would be so, so great to hear from all of you. Did you have anything to add?
The Hope Generation event, it's still we're still collecting pledges. More information is on their social media, Instagram, the Instagram handle, and link is in the description box. Equal to Hapo. You can just click on that link and get more information about the event. It's on April the 10th at Better Living, at a home in Better Living. Or
in Zimmerman called Better Living. Oh my God.
Yes. Thank you for the help. So thank you guys so much for being part of us, and for the subscribers of, as Njokia said, and follow us on our social media platforms, CATchy Duo, Muturi _Judith, and of course Rosiah _Kimwaki. Yes. Anything else?
So for all those events, you can DM us also. We have all the information as well, so we can give it to you.
Yes.
So we look forward to hearing from you, and to also being able to see you in person at Better Living.
Yes. So thank you so much, guys. And this is the CATchy Duo, where we
scratching all your ideas. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.